Good afternoon. It's 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, February 7th. We will call the City Council meeting of the City of New Ulm to order. Item number 1, consent agenda. Councilors, what are your wishes?
I'll offer a motion to approve. Second.
We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 2.1, a public hearing on the proposed 2023 Utility, Street, and Alley Improvements Group 1 project.
Thank you, Madam President, City Council's members. Today, we've scheduled a public hearing for the proposed 2023 Utility Street and Alley Improvement Group 1 project. These proposed projects were included in the 2023 Capital Improvement Plan, which was reviewed by the Safety Commission at their October 6, 2022 meeting, and was recommended in terms of the program meeting the City of New Ulm Complete Streets policy. This project was also considered in the report that was received and adopted by the City Council at the November 15th, 2022 City Council meeting. It would be my recommendation that we open the public hearing and go through each project location one by one and answer any questions the public may have.
Thank you, Mr. Stodheim. At this time, we will open the public hearing. If you would like to be heard, please come up and state your name and address for the record. We will walk through each of the 4 projects, and you can approach the microphone if and when your area is read. Area 1, Washington Street from 7th South Street to 10th South Street.
Madam President, this project is reconstruction of the existing underground utilities, including sewer and water end services, and reconstruction of the existing roadway pavement.
Have you received any written?
I've received a couple of phone calls, no written letters. Phone calls typically were assessment amounts, what those are proposed at, and then a couple questions with access concerns. And I think we're able to work through the concerns for access. And we've written language into the contract for that. So.
Great, thank you. Area 2, Minnesota Street from 7th North Street to 9th North Street.
Again, Madam President, City Council members, this is a reconstruction of the existing underground utilities and roadway pavement. I've received just a couple questions, general project scope on this one, and assessment amounts as well.
Thank you. Area 3, Oakwood Avenue from Betker Road to Milford Street.
This project location is reconstruction of the existing roadway section, including replacement of the north curb up there. There's a bunch of heaving and settled curb, so we're going to replace that and then add some pedestrian safety enhancements as well on that corridor.
Thank you. And Area 4, Alley Block 97, south of Center Street.
Madam President, City Council members, the next 3 alley sections, Alley 97, 96, and 93 South, are all alley reconstruction projects, just replacing the existing bituminous pavement and repaving that.
Thank you. Again, this is a public hearing. Would anybody care to be heard?
We still have Block 96, 93.
Sorry. Page 2, sorry.
Page 2.
Alley Block 96, south of Center Street. Alley Block 93, south of Center Street. And then miscellaneous storm sewer, concrete sidewalk, and ADA improvements.
Anybody wish to be heard?
Hello, I'm Katie Roeder, and I live at 726 South Washington Street. And I was just wondering if you have a better estimate of how much it's going to cost.
Yep. Right now, the estimated assessment amounts are $4,500.
Okay,
So nothing's changed since the
Okay. All right.
meeting before. So.
thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Was she coming to the mic or not as she left? Okay.
I think they left, yeah.
If nobody else wants to be heard, I'll offer the resolution, close the public hearing, ordering the 2023 Utility Street Alley Improvements Group 1 project and authorize the preparation of plans and specs.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker.
Yes, that motion does carry. Item number 3.1, licenses and permits. Temporary liquor license for State Street Theater.
I'll offer a motion to approve, and that is for March 4th, 2023, April 22, 2023, and August 12th, 2023, subject to compliance with all city and state requirements.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 4.1, conditional use permit for 1914 South Broadway.
Good evening, Council President, Councilors. John Nisley, planner with the City of New Ulm. The item under consideration here is a conditional use permit to allow warehousing in a property that is in the B3 Community Business Zoning District. The Planning Commission at its January 26th, 2023 meeting unanimously recommended approval of the request with 12 conditions. Justification for their recommendation for approval can be found in the packet here in the attached findings of fact form. So just a brief overview. The purpose of the B3 zoning district is to provide a district for the establishment of major retail and service centers in the city, where both adequate land area and transportation access can be provided. Such a district shall allow for a concentration of business uses that draw customers from both within and outside the community. A warehousing facility is a permitted use in the I-1 planned industrial and the I-2 general industrial zoning districts, and with a conditional use permit in the B2 zoning district. If you recall, the City Council recently voted to amend the B3 zoning regulations to allow warehousing, wholesaling / distribution with a conditional use permit on January 17th, 2023. This amendment will go into effect February 19th of 2023. The property being considered here is at 1914 South Broadway, which was the former location of the Target store. The building on the property has been vacant since 2016. When operating, the Target store had regular deliveries from semis with trailers, and they all unloaded on the New Ulm west side of the building. The city engineer has reviewed the proposed use of the site as a warehouse facility and believes the existing roadways around the property can handle the additional semi-traffic that the use could generate on the site. The 12 conditions that the Planning Commission recommended, I'd like to read those out loud. One is the applicant / property owner will pay the cost to record the permit with the Brown County Recorder's Office. 2, no exterior storage will be permitted on the property. 3, the applicant / property owner will provide and maintain the required number of parking spaces. 4, the project will be constructed and operated as described in the application and to be attached as Exhibit 1 to the permit. 5, the approval of the request shall not take effect until after ordinance number 2023-069 takes effect. 6, the development agreement that applies to this property shall be amended or replaced by a new or superseding agreement to reflect the proposed changes from the new use of the property. 7, the current bike / pedestrian easement shall be in favor of the city, shall be amended to address alignment changes required by the Community Development Department. 8, the property shall comply with the city's noise regulations as described in Section 8.08 of the City Code. 9, if the owner of the property violates the noise regulations, the owner shall install noise mitigating measures as approved by the Community Development Department. 10, truck traffic entering or leaving the property shall not use nearby streets in residential zoning districts except on such routes, times, and frequencies as expressly authorized in writing by the Community Development Department. 11, the property owner shall notify all users of the warehouse space of the conditions imposed on the property. And finally, 12, any approval is subject to the written authorization of the conditional use permit application by the Dayton Hudson Corporation. We had a number of attachments, which include the staff report to the Planning Commission. We have a resolution, and then we have the signed findings of fact form by the Planning Commission. And that concludes the staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Nisley.
What do you plan to do with the bike route that goes along the side?
Sure. So, wish I had a visual up here, but the bike route essentially follows, at least in the most part, this, let's call it the south and west side of that target property. It makes a 90-degree angle and turn and goes back towards Broadway, right where it kind of meets up with the Junior Pioneers Park. That's on the other side of that stormwater waterway. And what we'd like to do is realign that so it's not a 90-degree angle, so it's more of a smooth transition for any bikers or pedestrians that would be using that trail.
Nice.
Madam President, City Council members, it would more closely resemble what the existing traffic patterns are, because right now, people that use it aren't in the access easement that currently exists.
I just would like to add, that was brought up at the zoning meeting also, so, and I suggested maybe talking to the bicycle group if they had any group concerns with it, but otherwise, staff is gonna be working with it.
I think it's a great idea. I'll offer the resolution to approve with conditions the application of Eric Bodie on behalf of the Dayton Huts Corporation to allow warehousing in the B3 Community Business Zoning District on the property legally described as Lot 1, Block 1, Broadway First Edition, and located at 1914 South Broadway. And, is there one other part we have to do?
I know, I saw that
I
also.
think it's with the conditions.
Okay, but that's in the first sentence, with
Yeah.
the conditions.
Second.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? I just think it's great to see the building being used, and, well, I still wish it was a Target, I know. But it's going to good use, so. Any additional comments? All right, Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Thank you. Item number 4.1 item number 5.1, 2023 Airport Parking Lot Rehabilitation Project.
Madam President, City Councilors, this is asking for the authorization of approving plans and specs and ordering the advertisement for bids. The parking lot at the terminal building of the New Ulm Municipal Airport's in need of reconstruction and rehabilitation, so we are proposing to proceed with this project.
I'll offer the resolution approving plans and specifications, ordering advertisement for bids, set the bid opening date, and authorize staff to receive and open bids for the 2023 Airport Parking Lot Rehabilitation Project at 11 a.m. Wednesday, March 15th, 2023, in the City Hall Council Chambers.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian? Yes. Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Item number 5.2, 2023 Utility Street and Alley Improvements Group 1 Project.
Madam President, City Councilors, this is coincides with the public hearing that we just conducted. Same thing as setting that bid date and approving plans and specs for the 2023 USA project.
Thank you.
Offer the resolution approving the plans and specs, ordering advertisement for bids, set bid opening date, and authorize staff to receive and open bids for the 2023 Utility Street and Alley Improvements Group 1 project at 10 a.m. Wednesday, March 15th, 2023, in the City Hall Council Chambers.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item number 5.3, request for proposals, Center Street and Garden Street intersection study.
Madam President, City Councilors, we're asking permission today to advertise our request for proposals to perform a intersection control evaluation, intersection study, and concept design at Center Street and Garden Street in New Ulm. I shared the proposal, or the request for proposals with the county engineer, and he is on board with us proceeding as well. As you know, that's one of our worst intersections in town, and staff feels it's an appropriate time to have a study conducted, identify what that preferred treatment or alternative is of the intersection, and have a report and a study conducted. So as funding opportunities arise, we have support for going after those funds to try to remedy that intersection.
Who does the actual study, Joe? Is it MnDOT or?
No, it'd be our consultant.
Is it
will
your-
do
okay.
Whoever we weed through and select as far as the review process. That'll come back to city council for authorization to enter into contract.
Do you figure that we'll get the results by the end of the year and then?
Yep.
And then put it into the 2024 budget?
That would be pretty aggressive, depending on what type of funding we go. Whatever funding cycle, sometimes it's 4 years out if we get some fund. It really depends what type of funds we find and, is a treatment even feasible with the grade coming down Center Street and things like that. So it's why we included the concept design portion of it. So we may have a preferred alternative, but it may be found that we can't construct it due to restraints, topography or property acquisition or whatever. So, so this will just give us some legs to stand on for determining how we want to move forward.
Sure.
And then as far as schedule, I have outlined presentation of the final report to the city council in October. So,
Okay.
Let's get a study going. That intersection is an absolute nightmare at 7:30 in the morning. So I'll make a motion to authorize a request for proposals to deliver an engineering study, intersection control evaluation report, and concept design for the intersection of Center Street and Garden Street.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 5.4, B&L Bar Alley Closure Bachfest Celebration.
Done this in the past, so I'm going to offer the resolution authorizing the temporary close the alley next to their establishment for Bachfest celebration Friday, March 3rd, 2023, beginning at 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Sunday, March 5th, 2023, to construct an ice bar and to authorize the extension of the B&L Bar liquor license into the closed alley area on the requested dates to allow alcohol to be consumed and served from the ice bar located in the alley, subject to conditions.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker?
This motion carries. Item number 5.5, Deer Control Program Summary.
Council President, councilors, before you have the summary of the deer hunt that happened last year. Last year we had a total of 58 deer taken, which is up from the year before. But we also did have a significant number of hours, so it kind of follows the trend. The more hours that hunters are out there, the more deer they take. This has been a pretty successful program. Slightly under our average of 61. Per year, but we are going in that upward trend again. So if we get, another 100 hours, we'll probably hit that mark again. So I would request that we continue this program. We work well with the DNR, and we will continue to promote the double earn a buck hunt for 23.
A motion to accept the 2022 summary and reauthorize the 2023 Special Archery Deer Hunt Control Program.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5.6, Extension of Audit Services with Abdo LLP.
Counselors, in the past, council has expressed interest in us going out for proposals for our audit services every 5 years. We have been hyper-focused in our office on the implementation of the timekeeping system. This is a service that isn't required by statute to have proposals done because it's a professional service. I'm asking that you let us extend the contract with Abdo for 1 more year, and then in November, December, we come back again and do the proposals for next year. Abdo quoted me a price. The last 5 years, there's been a 2% increase each year. This, they're proposing an 8% increase, which is about a $5,000 increase over last year. But there are additional requirements that go into place that they will be spending a lot of time on this year, and then maintaining those going forward. And then with inflation, that really wasn't considered in the last 5-year contract. So I think this is a fair estimate for a 2023 audit.
A motion to approve a one-year extension for audit services with Abdu LLP.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 5.7, ordinance number 2023-TBD, fifth series, first consideration regulating cats and dogs.
Council President, councilors, before you just have cleanup to section 8.21 of the city code regulating cats and dogs. We did remove the dog license fee this year, so as needed, we needed to remove references to dog licenses in the city code, and that's what this cleanup is. It doesn't change anything else other than reference dog license.
Yeah, I'm glad we got rid of that fee, just to get everybody licensed as much as we can. So I'll make a motion to conduct the first consideration of ordinance number 2023-TBD, fifth series, amending section 8.21 of the city code of the city of New Ulm relative to the regulating cats and dogs.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 5.8, fire department donations.
Offer the resolution to accept the following donations: $50 from Phil Davis, $50 donation from Barbara Leopold, and $200 from Marilyn Reinhardt.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker?
Yes, motion carries. Item number 5.9, police department donations.
I'll offer the resolution to accept monetary donations in the amount of $50 from Franklin Bank and $20 from anonymous donor to support the Shop with the Cop Hero Program.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item number 6.1, reports of claims paid.
I'll make a motion to accept the list of claims paid in the amount of $1,832,809.07.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion does carry. With no additional business today, this meeting is adjourned.